A major part of the U.S. Air Force's strategic arsenal is the B-52 Stratofortress, a Cold War era workhorse that can carry out a wide range of missions and payloads. Everything from unguided bombs to cruise missiles, even to next-generation hypersonic weapons. In the words of one commander, if it can fly or be dropped off an aircraft, the B-52 has probably done it. But what remains of the Stratofortress fleet has been in service since the early 1960s, and going aloft inside of one for both aircrew and visitors like me requires special training. We've come to Barksdale Air Force Base in Louisiana to get a first-hand look at what it takes to keep America's largest and oldest bombers part of its fighting force. And today, it's all about the airmen. The first step to prepare for our B-52 flight is to get fitted for a flight helmet.
Best way to do it is to put this to your forehead.
Okay.
And kind of pull this apart and kind of...
These things are a tight fit, and putting them on in the right way is necessary to prevent injury. It's snug. I think it should be snug, right?
It's supposed to be snug.
Okay,
but it
gotcha.
shouldn't be depleting you of oxygen to your brain.
Yeah, no, I don't think so. Now that I've got my helmet, it's time to get my oxygen mask fitted. It's important to get a tight seal to make sure the oxygen is going straight into my lungs and not leaking out into the aircraft.
For your flight, you're going to come in here and grab your helmet and you're going to take it to this tester. So you're going to take these little metal things, they're called bayonets, and they're going to go into these little slots.
Okay.
Are you feeling any air escaping and putting air into your glasses or your nose or anything? You know, tack it down, which is just taking thread and piercing it and make sure it stays in place.
Okay. Thank you. Now, I'm sure everything's going to go well with our B-52 flight tomorrow, but just in case something happens, we're going to need to be ready to punch out. That's why they're going to teach us how to eject and parachute safely out of a Stratofortress.
Really, the thing that I want you gentlemen to remember first and foremost is if you have to manually bail out, pull this so it set off that timer that's going to go off at a predetermined altitude, or if and when you feel you're getting too close to the ground, pull that T-handle and then ensure you have a globe above your head. You do a parachute landing fall where your feet and knees are going to be together, which you gentlemen know, and then essentially it's just graceful falling, right? Feet and knees together, eyes on the horizon, chin on chest, because you do fall so quickly, and then your points of contact are going to be here, here, and here, right? Or the other side. If you forget everything else, that's fine. Know that you have a good canopy. Keep your feet and knees together, prepare to land. But the other steps in between there are, right, canopy's good, my visor out of the way, my mask, seat kit, 4 lines, and then steer to where you want to land. Any questions? No? Okay. So we want your feet and knees together, your chin on your chest, hands on the canopy releases. All you do is pop off this box so you can practice trying to keep your body together as best you possibly can, right?
Now that we've learned how to deploy the parachute, it's time to learn how to control it. To do this, we strapped into a parachute simulator, which is a snug fit to say the least. Behind me is a model of the B-52 cockpit. Here's where we're going to learn how to move around inside, and if it comes to an ejection, how that whole process would work. Should I have a seat here?
Yeah, you can sit right there. So you've strapped in. You're going to raise your armrests.
Should I do that now?
Yeah.
Okay, so
and then the very last thing you do after you've done everything else is you take out the pins. And then you'll kind of roll it up. You just
like that?
store it right in there. At this point, you'll only have to rotate the arming levers and then pull the triggers.
Okay.
There you go. Now don't do anything just yet. Our hatch is gone. We rotated the arming levers. That's what caused the hatch to go. Now to do the triggers, that's what this is right here.
Okay, so I move my hands from here to here.
So you're gonna do this. Here, can I show you?
Oh, I see, okay.
Yep.
So
You do it on
everything.
yep, do it on both sides. Yep, do it like that. And that vibration is just telling you like you did it right. The seat went, you know.
Yeah.
So
I've now punched out.
you have left the aircraft. Yeah.
Up next, it's time to get airborne. Join us in our next episode to see what it's like to fly in a B-52 bomber.